Hi everyone, Maggie Nolan here with Living Radiant Photography. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so glad you guys are here for another week. Today I wanted to share how to run a successful wedding photography consult. I can't tell you how many meetings I've done both in person and on Zoom or on FaceTime over the last 10 years. I can tell you for sure I've done at least 300 because that's how many weddings we've either shot to date or will shoot to date this year, not even including the other weddings we have next year. Consults might really scare you. I think that's normal. And so I want to clear the air a little bit for everybody and share with you how we do it, our process. We have a pretty high booking rate. Once we get to the point that we are meeting someone, most of the time they book us. There's obviously steps leading up to that, and I'm going to get into that a little bit today, but we're going to start from the beginning so that you guys can either take notes or make some changes to your business this week that's going to help you book more weddings. All right, so we're going to start at the beginning because I think that's where it's going to be really healthy for you guys to kind of look at your business and kind of analyze and maybe even restructure a couple of things. So running a photography consult, a wedding photography consult successfully starts actually back when you first get an inquiry from a couple. So I'm going to show you a couple things first. This is what the page, our contact page on our website looks for. As you can see, there's a bunch of questions on here, okay? Our couples get to fill this out. From here, you guys, I can quickly see where they're getting married, if I'm available, who the couple, who they are, how they found us, and it cuts out a lot of the crap. So if I see that someone doesn't even have their date on here, I'm probably not going to even schedule the meeting. I'll follow up with them, but I'm not going to schedule a meeting until I know what their venue is and I know what their date is, so I can even make sure I'm honoring their time and my own. Once I get these inquiries, the very next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to actually send them an email saying, "Hi, I'm so glad you've reached out." But guys, the other thing that I do is I do something called qualifying the client. I do that by simply very vaguely sharing where our price point starts. So that's blunt, that's direct. I tell them what our price point starts at and then how they can customize their package. I share a little bit about our history. If in their contact form they said that they're a venue that we've shot at, normally I'll include the most recent gallery. And so when that potential client gets my email back, not only do they have a sample gallery to look at or a real gallery to look at, but they actually know cost-wise, price point, what they can expect to spend with us. From there, normally clients respond and say, "We'd love to set up a meeting." Okay, so now we're gonna dive in, okay? So they know the budget, they know where we stand, they know who we are, and we have a little bit of information on who they are. So let's talk about actually running the consult, okay? So first and foremost, I have a form that I print out for every client. I still like paper. I still like being able to talk to people and take notes. I have a download for you guys. I want you guys to go download this today. I hope it's helpful for you. But this is my consult client form. Some of it already has the info I got from the original inquiry intake. It also, though, has blanks that are going to be filled while I conduct the meetings. All right, so running the actual meeting can be really fun if you're prepared. So for us, now here in 2022, we've qualified the client. If they want to meet with us, we schedule the date. We send them either a Zoom link or we meet them in person. But prior to the meeting, we actually send them our full pricing guide. We do that not because we believe it's apples to apples in the industry. No, we do it so that they're prepared and know what we're going to talk about. One, it expedites the meeting a little bit. Two, they have a great understanding of what our package looks like, and then I get to add life and relationship to it. So by the time I get on a call, I'm talking to the bride, I'm talking to the groom. We always kick off our meetings with relationship. We ask them who they are, how they met, how long they've been together. Do they live together? Do they have a dog together? Do they have a house, boat, car together? We ask those things because then we can know really quickly the seriousness of their relationship. We find out their engagement story. Sometimes they open up and share family dynamic, which is really important because we deal with their families all day long. On the flip side, you guys, Patrick and I do the same. We share about our kids. We share about our life, what we do in our free time, whether it's Patrick talking about, construction and grass seed, whether I talk about decorating and learning how to do shiplap in my house. We share life. So there's personality to our business. We tell all the couples we meet with, if you want strictly business, do not hire us. I don't know how to do this without having a relationship. I'm in the room with them. Patrick's in the room with the guys. So we have this beautiful, beautiful relationship in which we get to cultivate and flourish and grow with them during this amazing season of planning their wedding. In that same meeting, you guys, we eventually get into pricing. I go through the pricing guide a little bit. I share numbers. I am very clear about deposits and balances, and deposits are non-refundable and balances are due 1 month before their wedding. We talk about payment plan. We even get into a little bit of legal things. Always, always, always leave room for questions. Don't be so agenda driven in your meeting that like there's not room for them to ask. They have never been in the season of life before. The majority of them have not. And so I love to approach it as, hey, welcome to the wedding industry. It is overwhelming, but we're going to slow things down. We're going to just get to know each other. I make it really clear also from the beginning that it's not a sales meeting. Every photographer is different. I feel like by saying that right off the bat, they know that it's not my job to convince them to hire me. My job is to educate them. My job is to provide information to them. And then they have the hard but awesome job to filter through and figure out who they want alongside them all day. And I think if you guys, as an encouragement to you, if you can take the stress of trying to sell yourself out of the equation, your booking rate probably will go up, because it's no longer about, I need this win, I need this win. No, it's, you know what, I'm trying to get to do my best product for a client, and here's my work, and here's my price point. Does it work for you? And I also, guys, like very, very bluntly, I always say, you know, if you don't hire us, you're probably hiring my friends. Because I am well networked in Baltimore. I have a lot of relationships. I follow a lot of beautiful and talented wedding photographers. I say beautiful not because they're girls. I say beautiful because they know their craft really well, and they're really incredible with people. They're people. And that's, to me, very important. You have to understand humanity. You have to be sensitive to family needs and family dysfunction, and you better dang know how to use your camera and in all lighting scenarios, or at least be willing to learn and try and only get better. So that, you guys, is really all I have for you. I hope you guys have an awesome meeting. I hope this really helps you run a successful client meeting. Again, I know it's intimidating. Don't let it keep you back from growing. Every time you're with a client, try something new. Give it incentive. If you guys are struggling for work and you really need to make a sale, ask them what their photography budget, what they were hoping to spend on wedding photography, and see if you can make it work. That's the beauty of this. It doesn't have to be cut and dry. I normally don't do payment structures for our couples, but this year, because of COVID, I've allowed our couples, if they need an extra couple weeks to pay their deposit, I let them. But they know, like, I'm holding the date, and like, if it's not paid by this, I have to move forward because I'm still a functioning business. So be sure to download my freebie, you guys, in the comments below. It is, like I said, the form I use for all of my consults once I get them to the point of meeting with me. So I can take healthy notes. I meet with a lot of people, and then those, you guys, actually go into a folder. I should tell you that. So after every meeting, I actually have a bright fiery red folder in my office that has a booked side and a not booked side. And what's really fun about that is that the booked side, they stay in there and eventually go into a client folder. The not booked, at the end of the year, I can figure out my booking rate, whether it is, 99% or 95%, or it's like, oh man, a lot more people didn't hire me this year. I wonder why. And maybe it's because I upped prices. So like, I'm making the same amount of money, but I have less clients and some more no's. If you're not booking as many weddings as you would hope to, let me just encourage you, no from a client doesn't necessarily mean that you're failing or you're not being successful. You have to remember, as you grow, you might start getting more no's. No's could also be protecting you. Not every client is the client that you want or that meets like your ideal client. We've all heard it over and over again in like education seminars. Find your dream client. Who do you want to be shooting? What what types of families, what types of people. You know, I always say, like, I'm not a newborn photographer. I shoot newborn for past clients, but my specialty is weddings and people. And I want to attract people who are excited about marriage and excited about life. And are up for a great adventure. I want couples that want forever afters, that want to be married a really long time, and it's not surface and it's not superficial. And that's okay. It's okay to want that and desire that. So all that to say, don't be afraid of the no's. Have fun crafting your client experience during the consult. And let me know how it goes. I hope this is helpful. And I'll see you guys here next week. Thanks so much.